Let's prepare for a series of standing postures using wall support. So balancing on the left leg, start to lift the right. Now roll the hip down. From here, you're welcome to grab the knee or the big toe. But again, the focal point is to keep the hip down and then to keep the standing leg fully extended. Don't worry about straightening the leg. Get yourself upright, get your hip rolled down. One more breath here. Now, as you start to roll the leg to the outside, remember, we start by rolling the knee out, rolling the heel in. Bend the knee as needed, but keep the standing leg straight. One more breath. Slowly start to sweep that leg behind you into an airplane or warrior three posture. You're welcome to take the hands up higher. It's a little bit less heavy. Or take the hands down to the floor. Keep rolling your hip down, pushing out through both heels. From here, start to tuck the right knee behind the left. Again, you're welcome to bring your trunk up if it's a little bit heavy. Try to close the gap between the knees and then swing your butt towards the wall. Think about sitting on your back heel. Exhale. We're going to be making this fire hydrant posture, so take your foot in a giant circle here. Trying to take the knee into the ribs, bent or extended. You can play around with all these different variations. And again, if it's manageable at a higher height, you just challenge yourself by bringing it closer to the floor. So fanning the leg, giant circle here, going through the full range of motion in the hip, bent or extended. One more breath, keep the ribs up. Exhale, start to drop the foot. Bring yourself back to an upright position. And let's get ready to do the whole thing on the other side. So adjust your props, using the wall, balancing on the right leg, lifting the left, either grabbing the front of the knee or the big toe. Focus on rolling the hip down. Just over-exaggerate that self-adjustment there. Keep pulling up through the standing knee. Give yourself another breath here. If you're balanced, you're welcome to take the hand to the hip off of the wall. Now again, you're smearing the heel in to smear the knee out, that rolling action of external rotation. Don't worry about fully extending the leg. Make sure that the standing leg stays extended. Sweep the leg behind you into your warrior three, and again, roll the hip down. Your belly button should be facing the floor. Think back with the leg rather than up. Find the appropriate height. Keep pushing your belly into the thigh. Exhale. Start to tuck the knee behind you. Knee to knee. Try to close the gap. And again, swing your butt towards the wall. And then think about sitting back on the heel. Playing around with different variations just to increase or decrease the load of this posture. And let's get ready to fan the leg. Ribs up. Giant circle, full range of motion in that hip. Start by bending the knee. And then if you feel balanced there, extend it. So you can play with the different heights. Let's take one more repetition. Giant fanning of the leg, tucking the knee into the ribs towards the armpit. One more breath here. Keep pulling the toes forward. Exhale, drop the foot, roll back up to standing. For our next set of postures, you're going to need two soft blocks. Start by lunging with your right knee out and in a low lunge. So with one of the blocks, take it behind your thigh. So just think of it as a low warrior two. What you want to focus on, and the blocks will help inform that, you just keep pushing the knee into the blocks to make sure that the block doesn't slip. You're welcome to take your hands up to more closely mimic the posture, but again, the focal point here is pushing the knee. A little bit of smear in with the heel, keep smearing out with the knee. Now, take both blocks, find your hip bones. You're going to be, again, using the blocks to inform whether or not you're pushing from the hips or not. So, in the setup, I want you to bring your knees a little bit closer together and then take your feet a little bit wider than normal, so it's kind of like a V here. Push your hip bones into the blocks. Do whatever's comfortable with the hands. Focus on that push. You can interlace the hands, you can support yourself at the back, or eventually start to walk your hands down your hamstrings. Keep pushing the hip bones into the blocks, into the wall. One more breath here. Inhale, bring yourself upright, and then take the low lunge with the left leg out, that same low warrior two position. So positioning the block between the knee and the wall. Give it a couple test taps, make sure it's not moving. Lean into that lunge. From here, smear the heel in, smear the knee out to trap the block in between your leg and the wall. Focus on that action of the leg, that front leg. Keep lifting up. One more breath here. Exhale, release. And again, back to this Ustrasana position. Make a V position with the legs. Knees in, feet out. Push your hip bones into the block. Inhale, roll the shoulders together, lift the chest. Exhale, push your hips forward. If there's space to lower the hands, little by little. But again, the focus is pushing the hips forward. Keep lifting the chest, pushing the hips. Inhale up, exhale, release. Navasana. So start seated with your feet apart, holding the back of your thighs. Start to drag your feet towards you on the inhale. Exhale, push your belly button towards your legs. Inhale, pull. Exhale, push. One more. Inhale, pull. Exhale, push. Now roll to your back. As a counter posture, I'm going to show you a progression, the first of which is a basic bridge pose from your back. So squeeze the knees together a little bit, push through the heels, lift the hips as high as you can. Inhale, squeeze the knees together. Exhale, push through the heels, lift the hips. Squeeze the knees, and again, just like the last posture, you're making that V position. Knees in, feet out. And coming back upright. Grab the back of the thighs. Now, if it's manageable, you take the knees together. If not, keep the knees apart like you had in the last round. Same action. Inhale, drag your big toes back on the inhale. Exhale, push your belly button forward into the thighs. Stay upright. Inhale, pull. Exhale, push. Now, option one is to come into the bridge. Option two is to take the fingers facing the hips, swing the hip forward, and then pull the belly button towards your head into this reverse table. Inhale, roll your shoulders. Keep pulling your belly button towards your head. Exhale, release. Last round. Knees open or closed. Take your fingertips by the heels. You're going to drag the fingertips and then drag the toes. Drag the fingers, drag the toes. Drag and drag. Notice my belly button is staying close to my thighs. Keep the structure upright. Last option. Bridge on your back, reverse table, or with the legs extended, reverse plank. Inhale. Pull your belly button towards your head. Keep rolling the shoulders. Roll the thighs in. One more breath. Exhale. Have a seat. Sit with your back against the wall. Punch your fist forward. Start to drag your right big toe back. Exhale, punch forward. See if you can drag that toe back just a little bit more. One more time. Exhale, punch forward. Inhale, drag the foot back. Now, take the right arm across the shin. The left arm is going at a 45-degree trajectory to the right. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, reach. Get your trunk as far forward as you can. One more. Trunk up. Exhale, reach. From here, interlace your fingers. You're going to circle towards your big toes. Now just focus on the legs. Exhale, squeeze the knee into your shoulder blade. Inhale, turn your big toe in towards your fists or in towards the floor. Keep squeezing. Knee in, big toe in. Keep the lower body as it is. Make sure that you're flush to the wall. Place a block outside of the extended leg. So from here, we're going to be taking the leg up and over the block. Let's just start by giving downward pressure with the hand. So up and over. There should be no shifting in the trunk here. Keep pushing down on the knee. Now, if that's manageable, you're welcome to take your arms up into this goalpost position, and it just is a little bit more weight for the leg to carry by itself. Okay, so both positions are good. Just make sure that the trunk stays in the center. It's not counterbalancing. Back and forth. 3, 2, 1 more. Inhale. Let's hold. 5. Keep your trunk static. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Now, preparing for the counter pose, take your legs in front of you and pull your legs back into a butterfly position as tight as you can. Keep this pulling sensation, this squeezing in the knees. See if you can stand on the sides of your feet. So it doesn't matter if you actually get up. What matters is that you keep that squeezing feeling and keep pushing the knees towards the floor. Exhale, release. Let's prepare for the other side. Extend the legs. Exhale, punch the arms forward. Inhale, drag your left big toe back. Exhale, punch forward. Inhale, drag back. One more. Exhale, punch forward. Inhale, drag back. From here, take the left arm across the front of the shin. Right arm is reaching across the body to the left at a 45-degree trajectory. Inhale, trunk up. Exhale, fully extend the elbow out through the fingertips. Reach. Inhale, trunk up. Exhale, reach. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Interlace the fingers and circle towards your big toe. Focus on the legs. Squeeze the knee in. Squeeze the big toe in towards your arms or towards the floor. Squeeze and squeeze. Knee in. Big toe in. Release the arms. Now, place your block outside of the foot. Again, if you feel that assist is useful, keep the hands on the knees. Otherwise, take the arms into this goalpost configuration. The posture starts by pushing the left foot back and forth. Push the foot into the floor and knee towards the belly button. 3 more. Keep the trunk static. The leg moves independently. Last one here. Ribs up, relax the shoulders. Turn the big toe in and hover. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Straighten the legs. Pull the legs back into your butterfly position. Keep that squeezing and pulling sensation. Try to rock forward and stand up. Squeeze the knees. Push the knees down towards the floor. One more breath here. Keep squeezing. Exhale, release. So make your way to a tabletop position with the right fist to the wall. Knees or forearms distance apart, elbows to the knees, add a handprint. From here, with the fist to the wall, lift your ribs. Take your left knee out to the side. The challenge here is to pull the thigh up to squeeze the hip while letting the hip stay flat. So you're lifting your thigh, not your butt. Keep squeezing. Exhale, release. So we're going to go through some progressive counter postures. This is always our first option. Roll the knee out, roll the heel in. If there's any pulling on the knee, just bend your knee a little bit more. Keep rolling the thigh out, knee out, keep rolling the heel in. Second position, sandwich a block between your hip and the wall. Same tabletop position. Now, you're going to take your outside leg, your left leg in this case, perpendicular to the body. Hard flex of the ankle here. Roll the big toe down. You're trying to roll the heel up. Again, trying to move with the thigh bone rather than with the pelvis. Keep the waist long, keep rolling your hip down, but rolling your heel up. If this is manageable, the next step is to try to lift the leg, but really just focus on that squeezing in your front hip space, where your front pants pocket is. Okay, so next option, this is our first one coming into this Parigasana position. The second, Skandasana. Take a block to the knee. You can stay in a high squat position or a low squat position. The focus here is making sure that your heels are on the ground and that you're rolling with the outside leg. If either of those are restricted, just go to a different one of the previous options. Round 3. Back into this tabletop position, but I want you to sit with your hip on your heel. If it's manageable, tuck the toes. The leg is still out to the side. We're just kind of dialing up the intensity by lowering the hip. From here, keep trying to roll that heel up, maybe lifting the leg, maybe not. Again, how are we dialing it up? You can stay here or eventually walking the hands further forward. Keep squeezing, keep trying to roll the heel up. Counter pose. Parigasana, that gate pose. That half squat, Skandasana. A high Skandasana with the chest up, little by little, dropping the hips. Our third option is coming into this Janu Sirsasana variation. The knee is inside, the foot is outside. Again, focus on the extended leg, that it's rolling out. Last one. Sandwich the block. Drop the top of your head all the way down to the floor. Same thing. Keep pulling the toes back. Keep trying to turn the heel up. Notice if your waist is getting shorter, keep rolling your hip down. Keep the space. Just really try to isolate that sensation. So, Parigasana, Skandasana, Janu Sirsasana, all the 3 progressive postures. If this posture has some more space, you just come more into the side position here with the trunk. Stay focused on that outside leg. All right, let's do it all again on the opposite side, starting with that tabletop position with the fist to the wall. Knees, forearms distance, elbows to the knees, add a handprint. This is your frame. From here, lift your ribs. Punch through the wall. Lift your thigh bone straight out to the side, but try not to lift the hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into the counter posture, take the leg out to the side. Roll the knee out, roll the heel in. Make the appropriate adjustments. However much you need to bend the knee, please do so. Second position, sandwich the block between the hip and the wall in the tabletop position. Same frame as what we were just using. This time working with the right leg, take it perpendicular to the body. Hard flex of the ankle. You want to feel like you're trying to push your heel forward. So either just working to roll the heel off of the floor or fully lifting the leg. Squeeze your hip. Keep rolling the hip down, but squeezing. Let's come into the counter posture. So the previous option, always on the table. Otherwise, coming into Skandasana, pushing the knee into the block, high position, or progressively dropping the hips. Keep rolling your thigh out, your heel in. Next, sandwich the block, sit back on your heel, take your right leg out to the side. So start with the arms under the shoulders. Hard flex with the ankle. Roll the heel up. Roll the hip down. Again, options to play with. You can stay here. Maybe you can try lifting the leg. Maybe you can try taking the arms forward. Counter pose. Parigasana, Skandasana, high or low, or Janushirshasana. Taking the knee in, foot out. Keep rolling that thigh out. Last variation. So still sitting on the heel, trying to tuck the toes, dropping the crown of the head. Before you start to move, roll the hip down, make space in the waist, try to roll the heel up. Squeeze the front of the hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find the counter posture that suits you. Parigasana, Skandasana, Janushirshasana. And again, if you're pretty cozy in this final counter pose, you're welcome to come into the side bend a little bit more. Give yourself another breath here. Exhale, release. Let's make our way into a straddle position. Grab the insides of your thighs and roll your knees out. From here, touch opposite shoulders. Now, with the knees rolling out, heels rolling in, try to drag your heels back towards you. Exhale. Push your elbows not down, but forward. Inhale, drag. Exhale, release. Bend your left knee, take the foot to the inner thigh. From here, focus on that rolling action. So the knee wants to roll out, the heel wants to roll in. A couple more breaths, keep rolling the knee. Feel like the thigh bone is rolling in its socket. Back to your straddle position. Do the same self-adjustments. Use your hands to roll the thighs out. Touch the shoulders. Inhale. Drag. Exhale. Push your elbows forward. Inhale. Drag your heels back. Roll your knees out. Exhale. Push your elbows forward. One more. Inhale. Bend the right knee. Take the foot to the inner thigh. So same thing. Coming into this lateral posture, you can use your elbow as I'm doing just to keep encouraging that knee to roll out. Hand to the waist, eventually the hand overhead. If the foot is there, go for it. But stay focused on that extended leg. Keep rolling the knee out, keep rolling that baby toe out, heel in. Inhale, last straddle. So grab the outsides of the feet, start narrow, and then try to widen your feet as much as you can. Lead with your belly button. Keep trying to turn your feet out, your heels in. Make your way onto your back, crossing the right ankle over the left knee in a figure 4. Now, you can start by just hanging onto the thigh. What I want you to focus on is keeping the shoulders and the head on the floor. So if this is relatively comfortable, you're welcome to just keep walking the hands further and further out on the leg. This increases the torque on the hip. But make sure that the head and the shoulders stay relaxed. From here, I'd like you to make your way into a side position, lying on your right side, and take the left leg in front of you. Roll the hip down. The knee is rolling up towards the ceiling. Feel like your waist is getting longer. Now, stay in the side position. Roll your belly button a little bit towards the floor. Take the leg directly behind you. Little by little, the foot doesn't need to touch the floor, but let it drop in that direction. It should feel like the whole hip is getting a lot of attention here. Little by little, keep dropping the foot. Slowly, make your way onto your back. Second side, cross the left ankle over the right knee, figure 4, to your capacity. Let the shoulders stay grounded, let the head and the neck stay relaxed. 3, 2, 1. Roll over onto your left side. Legs are fully extended. Kick your right leg in front of you and roll the hip down. Make space in your waist. From here, take that top leg directly behind you, and then little by little, dropping it in the direction of the floor. Maybe it gets there, maybe it doesn't, but just use the assist of gravity to help open up all of that space on the outside of the hip. Last breath. Roll onto your back. Now make that V position with the legs again so the knees are in and the feet are out. If there's any pressure on the insides of the knees, just adjust your feet so that they're comfortable. It shouldn't be, there shouldn't be any strain or stress at this point. Lastly, give yourself a big hug, tuck the forehead into the knees. Big squeeze here. And of utmost importance, we rest, Shavasana. Thank you, everybody.